Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I want to apologize. I don't know what I said in my last part of the video, but I realized that it got cut off because I remember ending at like 8 or 9 minutes, and I did say Assalamu alaikum at the end. I did. I said it like 3 times because I wasn't sure if I said it at the beginning because I always forget if I say it at the beginning. But I know I said it this time. I said it twice, confirming that I said it. Anyways, so I met with Sassy yesterday. And he made it very clear to me, in real life, he doesn't want to be called Sassy, because then no one else knows what it means. And so, we have come to the conclusion that we're going to call him Mohsen, his real name. In real life, it's Mohsen. On Stickum, it's Sassy. But on YouTube, we'll call him Mohsen, just to make him feel better. So, it works out. So, what we did was, he said, "Oh, I'll meet you at Metrotown." So I'm waiting, and I go down, and we go have a Japanese waffle. That's the only reason I wanted to go. Basically, look at all the cool places in the mall, at Crystal Mall, and have a Japanese waffle. And then we went to have a Schmarzwick, or something, Schmarzwick. And it was like the first halal food I had. And it was some kind of like wrap thing, like a taco, but with naan maybe? Pita-ness? Maybe? I don't know what it was. Sort of like a cross between naan and pita and tortilla all mixed together with chicken and lettuce and tomato and hot sauce and some ranch sauce, I guess, and oh, it was really good. Really good. I wish he never told me, now I want it again. Oh, you suck, Mohsen. You suck at hardcore. And then we drove around, and he said, "Oh, you gotta try bubble tea." So I tried bubble tea, and it's way too sweet, man. It was gross. I paid $5 for bubble tea that I didn't even drink. I left it in his car, and man did it melt fast. I took a bit pictures of us driving, and hopefully, you know, we might hang out again. We should hang out again, because he's a real cool guy. I realized that he's a nerd and I'm a nerd, so we get along really, really well. Really well. He showed me the biggest masjid in Burnaby. And I guess it's the oldest one. And it was really, really big. And then the Shia Mosque was next to it, and there was a church and another church and a Buddhist temple. It was like, he called it Religion Street. He said it's called Religion Street. So yeah. And it was pretty cool. And then we drove around and we went to the hood. He doesn't even live in that area, but he calls it his hood. It's his hood. And it's called Richmond. And there's a reason it's called Richmond, because rich people live there, because the houses are all fancy and whatnot. And a large amount of it is Asian. A bunch of Asians. Like every single car. We went in this one mall, and like all the cars were all like souped up, and all nice and shiny and little. And they were all owned by Asians. And the mall was closed, but yet there was all these cars and all these people were going. And I told him to slow down and ask them where they were going so we could go too. But he's like, they're Asians, they won't talk to us. I'm like, okay, it's Canada. They should talk to you anyways. And so, then we went to, I think it was Delta, where he lives. Yeah, Delta, Surrey. And he's like, you'll notice here that everyone is brown. He's like, just look at the intersection of people turning, and like one out of like 5 cars, it was a white person, everybody else was brown. So the other area was Asian, and then we went to the brown section. And he showed me his house, and I got a picture of it, but it's like flashed and everything, so you see the car window, which is good. Now you can't know where he actually lives, only I. And I shall attack it one day when he doesn't know I'm here. No, not really. And then he's like, oh, I gotta do my paper, so blah blah blah, and he dropped me off at the SkyTrain. And then I got all confused because I didn't remember how the SkyTrain looked when I got on it. And then I'm like, am I lost? Is this the right street? I don't know. Where do I go? And then my phone was dying. It was dying on me. I'm like, no! Why? But he sent me directions, and then he started freaking out a bit because I never answered because my phone died right after I got the directions. I'm like, of course. But I got home. I got home, and it was fun. And you know what? He's taller than he looks, people. He's taller than me. I'm 5'11", so he has to be 6 feet. Even though Powder Blue doesn't believe me, but that's the case. That is the case. I had a really good fun time with him. And you know, Sassy, if you're watching this, maybe next time we can go to the Museum of Anthropology, because I remember you saying that you haven't been there, but it's like the best museum ever. There's totem poles like everywhere. It's like Major Shirk because it has like shaman totem poles, but it's interesting to look at. I'm gonna sneeze. I didn't sneeze. I may sneeze though. So it was a good swallow time. I didn't wear my hijab though, because I realized that my stepfather is really anti-Islamic. He doesn't try to be because he's not racist or anything, but he's really stereotypical. He's not racist, but he's stereotypical because he hates racists. But it's okay for him to be stereotypical. I got in a conversation with him about the niqab and burqa. And he's like, I don't understand how women allow themselves to be oppressed. They choose that, but yet they're all oppressed. I'm like, they're not oppressed. It's about hiding your beauty. Your beauty should only be for you and your husband and your family. And that's all. You're protecting yourself. And he's like, well, men should learn to lower their gaze and not think about that. I'm like, men do. Well, he didn't say lower their gaze. Men do lower their gaze. But it's their choice, and then it's just. Well, I'll say that for another video. But anyways, I didn't want to tell him I was Muslim. I have to wear hijab, else he would get into a big fight and everything. So that's the case of that. Now, I'm going to Jumma with Sister Joy Chanel from Pal Talk tomorrow. She's taking me to a burning mosque, and it will be an experience. And hopefully my stepfather's not home, because it would be really cloak and dagger. I would have to put my hijab up in the elevator. And then when I came back home, I would have to take it off and brush my hair and everything. So, because my hair just looks wah after I wear the hijab. But, anyways, I thought I'd tell that. So I'm gonna cut it off here. Assalamu alaikum, and hopefully it doesn't cut out. I'm cutting it off at like 8:40 or so. 8:30. Okay. Yeah, now it's going to be 8:40. So, assalamu alaikum, and I'll keep you updated.